Good afternoon. Welcome, family. Welcome, friends. This is what I would like to affectionately coin as my glass house. So I spent a lot of my life just living disconnected, I suppose. I think a lot of people can relate to feeling unseen in life. Feeling unheard and unvalidated in a lot of ways. And I'd like to facilitate some connection with y'all. So my life has been a roller coaster, to say the least. It's been quite an experience. I'm very grateful for my life. I'm very excited for my future, and I can appreciate my past while also recognizing some of the difficulties that have arisen over time with human behavior and the lack thereof. Glass House is a project I've developed with an endeavor to bridge the gap. The reason I'm doing this is multifaceted. So you guys have probably, some of you guys are my viewers, call it followers, whatever you want to call it. Some of my people that fuck with me. Pardon my French. I'll do my best to keep this clean, but I wanted to keep this transparent and clear as far as, this is just how I communicate, and if you take offense to that, I apologize. It's not out of an intention to be crass or I would like to be more judicious with my speak, but unfortunately there's just times where the other words just don't do it justice, cultural phrasing and relatability is very important to me. So anyways, you'll have to deal with that. If you don't want to deal with it, then you ain't for me. Hoss, you ain't for me. I think maintaining this is also a personal decision for myself, but maintaining a level of vulnerability with my online presence, and really just in an endeavor to make sure that I'm not living hidden in general, I think is very important, because the younger generations need to see people living their best life, but also understanding that we're not perfect and that things crawl up and ants get in our pants too, and that it's okay. Like it can be part of the conversation of relationship with each other. So that's kind of part of the endeavor. And then it's also for me, I'd really like people to understand, and it's a human emotion, a human need to feel seen and validated and understood. And I haven't allowed myself, outside of my inner circles, the people that really know me, primarily some certain friends, and everybody gets a little piece of the pie, but I haven't truly allowed myself to be fully expressive, and I put myself out there as far as my inner desires for this world, for my reality, how I want to extend my best to people, and ultimately I want to follow Jesus' example. And more than that, I want to follow the impressions I'm able, in my limited human understanding, that I'm able to glean from the world around me and directly from Source, or Holy Spirit, as us Christians call the God presence inside of each and every one of us. Which everybody carries that to certain degrees, and I think everybody has a piece of God in them, in their DNA. It's literally written in your coding. And if you're disconnected from that, that's probably why you've been having a hard time in life. And it's the times that I am disconnected from it is when I have difficulties. And the disconnections come through lies that we believe about ourselves and about the nature of the universe, the nature of reality, the nature of God. And typically that's perpetuated by people. And, they teach us through their broken experiences to operate in a broken manner, to view things through the lens of of brokenness, and show y'all why, like, God is for us, not against us, and this world is so beautiful and bountiful, and like we should not be living in pain and strife and fear. Look at the lilies, look how they're clothed. Not even Solomon was clothed with such glory as simple flowers in the fields. And if God loves his plants and animals just as well, more than that, he loves us. So where are we falling short of that perspective in our lives? And that's where the failings come in. That's where the fear, that's where the mistakes start to happen, because you overcompensate for what's naturally your birthright. And so that's a good start. I would like to extend an offering to you guys. I have a Discord page. Discord, for you older folks, is just a platform to connect on. A lot of gamers use it. It's for live streaming. It's for discourse, discussion, Discord. It is not discordant. I'll be on there frequently. I'll probably branch out into other streaming services. I might be on TikTok or something else eventually, but I want to start with an organic outreach kind of deal. I'd like to develop community around this principle of being a glass house. And yeah, so you guys are welcome to join me on that. I will link a way to request presence on there. There are some rules I need you guys to follow. Nothing crazy, just following the intention, the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law kind of thing, around why I started this and how we'd like to maintain a safe place for vulnerability and intentional connection. And there's just certain modes of operating that lend itself to that. So just be aware of that before you click join. It's all on there. You can read the page. So yeah, I'll be starting that, doing frequent updates into it, posting and writing, and you can get my exclusive journaling updates, and just be part of my journey as I self-discover and hopefully share what I've gleaned over the last 25 years, and I'm sure there's that first 5-year period, there's plenty I've gleaned too, but cognitively for the last 25 years, things I've learned from experiences in life and different choices I've made, and you guys get to get the inside scoop. So if you'd like to be a part of that, please consider joining the Discord. I don't make any money off of it. There's no benefit to me really to do that, other than I want to. So yeah, welcome to the Glass House. I am going to start doing this myself, just having conversations with y'all via Facebook, Instagram, all that, and it's less about any kind of performance or entertaining people. I got a little leaf buddy guarding my knees. I just kind of want to reveal some personal truths that I've gleaned, and hopefully you guys will benefit from the conversation and the discourse that I'm going to be opening up on Discord. So I'll be things you can look out for: gaming with friends, just live streaming experiences where you can tune in and just be a part of a conversation of a experience, where we'll be having intentional conversation around life's issues, and you can see some goofy, funny stuff, as we at all our crass and unbelievably ridiculous behaviors that I thoroughly enjoy for the most part. So that's one aspect. I'll be doing regular meditation sessions, started with some music, some live music, improvisational or otherwise. It might even be some worship music in there, but primarily opening a space to soak in some peace and allowing a space for a slowdown. I believe thoroughly that we in the American realm, call it the Western world, right? Which can extend to a lot of other places, but primarily in America, I feel we do a very poor poor job of embodying the be still and know that I'm God. Be still and know that you are a piece of Him. Be still and know that He's there. I mean, really noticing the natural world around you is an art form. And, you know, when we're so consumed with our social medias and everything else going around us, it can be very difficult to slow down enough to feel His presence, to understand our own emotions, and maintain clarity throughout our lives, even in the day-to-day activities and engagements with other people. There's like so many ants out here, it's ridiculous. Keep shooing them off of me. These carpenters. I'm sitting on their rotting log, they're home. So I will also be on YouTube. I think I'll post long form videos there. I guess so, yeah, here's the thing. If you would like to become a member of this, if you'd like to join me in this endeavor of living life through with vulnerability and openness, and just allowing people to view and to look into what it looks like to, you know, pursue health and wholeness, and whether that be your area of expertise is in, you know, a religious setting of, you know, being spiritually minded, and whatever that looks like. I'm open to any belief system is valued. I am Christian based, so keep that in mind. But I believe that there are truths in everything, though I do also believe that Jesus Christ is the ultimate truth, and His way is higher than any other. But we can learn and grow and discuss, and without any you know, dare I say biases, though everybody has biases. But, you know, there's no judgment, and we're here to learn and experience, as we are all just humans trying to figure this experience out in this miraculous and crazy world all around us. It is so gorgeous. And I think you can't, it's like any kind of endeavor, like you can't, if you want to heal, if you want to grow, sometimes you have to work backwards. Sometimes you have to, well, irregardless, you can't clean out a wound without opening it up first, you know? So if there's ways that we know that we need to grow, until you state it, until it's brought to the light, until it's in the open, you can't change it. You can't restore a broken vessel that's still buried in the ground, so to speak. Not that, you know, that's my intention to restore people, but hopefully through the opening you guys up to my process, you will be able to get some encouragement to do the same, or perhaps just have things revealed to you by hearing and listening and watching, and that's the goal. So if you see a shift in my media presence online, that's why. I'm going to be making this one of the many future purposes of my life, because ultimately, I mean, what's the point of being on here on this planet if, you know, we're not doing some good for each other, if we're not leaving a lasting mark, if we're not creating good changes for people, inspiring each other to grow. And life is about symbiosis, you know, this planet all works together. It's a giant ecosystem. There's neural networks between the trees and the mycelium and the plants and everything. Even death has its place and its purpose, and, you know, it can be messy, it can be stinky, bugs can crawl all over you, and it can be very uncomfortable, but in that, and dwelling within the discomfort, there is growth, and there is a level of peace, a measure of peace that we can gain by accepting reality. This is what it is. This is my vessel. This is me. I live here. This is my house. And what you see is what you get, or at least I endeavor to do that. So I guess do a little bit of practice for full transparency here. I recently was diagnosed with a lot of you guys probably guessed this already. One of my best friends kind of gave me like a, so he was talking, shout out to my boy Xander. He was talking about his recent discovery of autistic tendencies and being, mildly or even whatever it is, I think these call them diagnoses, or there's a spectrum of availability to understand yourself. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not a neurotypical person, nor am I a typical person in general. So that'll be interesting for you guys to discover that as I learn about that and as we grow through that process. But yeah, so recently tested pretty middle ground autism, and it's just been very revelatory to me. And like looking back at my life and seeing things, I'm sure some of you guys that have known me for decades will be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also have very high levels of ADHD, which ultimately, I view them as it's just different modalities in life, and they've only been discovered, these things, beyond the obvious like missing chromosome type, like full level disability level, in the sense of like a birth defect or something like that. But it's really just a different modality. Like they say that, the kids that can't sit still in school, or the kids that are troublemakers, right? Rebels. I call them leaders. You put them in nature with a group of kids, and they not only thrive or come alive, they become the person that people want to follow, because we are awake and notice detail and are creative and inspired by variety, and curiosity leads us. And that's kind of how it's a necessary skill to develop in the natural world. And unfortunately, we have pushed ourselves into a society of boxes and containers. And if that works for you, God bless you, but it doesn't work for me. I need to be moving, I need to be outside, I need to be exploring and creating and thinking introspectively, and doing mushrooms in the woods or whatever it is. Not really. That's few and far between for me. That could be one of our topics: psychedelics and their uses and their benefits and their detriments. A lot of people smoke marijuana nowadays. I definitely have. I've come to a place of acceptance with some usage of it, but ultimately I endeavor to live sober and fully alive within myself, and not needing any substances to cover maladaptations. But yeah, so this is kind of so welcome to my process. I guess this is like an unmasking process for me, where unmasking, for those of you that don't know, is a methodology that non-typical, neurospicy people, as I've heard it coined in love, neurospicy people with ADHD, autism, etc., will put on an air, and I think everybody does this to a degree, but you put on what's expected of you, what makes people comfortable. Very, very, very intuitive and excellent at reading people's energy and understanding their responses and stuff like that, and then being rejection hypersensitive as well, leads you to capitulate to other people's preferences and put on a face that you wouldn't naturally wear. And I call it being a chameleon, which is a superpower, but it's also inorganic, and if you're not allowing yourself to grow in the direction that you're naturally inclined to grow in, it can be very detrimental. So here we are, unmasking together in the woods. It's my safe place. There's nobody around, and I hear the natural white noise of nature above me with the healing rays of the luz. La luz. Spanish-speaking people are going to crucify me for mispronouncing that, using the wrong the wrong, whatever you call that, las ustedes. So I hope you guys enjoy this new adventure with me. Hopefully it brings some light to your existence. Hopefully it brings some revelations. Hopefully it draws you closer to the Creator in whichever form that you're able to relate to Him. I'm not here to proselytize. I'm merely just being myself. And, you know, if you want to join me with that, you're more than welcome at any time to comment, to put input. I welcome that. You can personal message me. You can comment below. You can subscribe, save, whatever you want to be engaged here in this space. Stay posted for different scheduling. I haven't worked that out yet. Still developing this as we go. Don't want to overdo it, but I also don't want to underdo it, because it's something that I would like to be consistent with for my own sake. It's kind of like journaling, which I'll probably be doing some written excerpts as well as you know, spoken word pieces and just different things that God is showing me and that I've been learning and growing from. So welcome. Peace, love, blessings upon you. Red Christian jazz. It's just good spiritual stuff. Just good life stuff. We don't bless each other enough. And just remember, your words are spells. There's literal vibrations dancing within the water molecules of everybody's brains and bodies. So be mindful of how you say things and why you say them, and realize that with intentionality you can really shift people's awareness and help them enter into a better state of being blessed and encouraged. So bless you. God bless you. And I bless you. And this world is blessing you every day. So come outside, enjoy some sunlight, be grateful. Remember, gratitude does not coexist with negativity. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing interest. If you stuck around this long, thank you for sticking around this long. It's impressive. Exercising your attention muscles. I'm proud of you. So proud. Really, genuinely. I would have a hard time tuning in for this entire ramble. I'm probably going to edit this a little bit, but I'm going to keep it as organic as possible, because it's a glass house. We're not here to polish and perfect. We're here to present our imperfection in all its beauty and creativity and diversity. So anyway, signing off. Peace, love. Love you guys. You jive, turkey.